Welcome, race fans, to Michigan here tonight. These guys at IWCR know how to get around this joint, and I'm telling you what, they're doing an absolutely great job out here tonight. So we're going to stay with them here during practice. They're a little ways off of qualifying, about 19 minutes. So stay with us, folks. Thanks for tuning in here. Third broadcast of the day. Hopefully my voice holds up. Feels pretty good. Got lots of water here to drink, so we'll try to keep you informed of everything that goes on here tonight. So. By the looks of it, it's going to be a pretty packed house here tonight. Almost a full server, I believe. If not, it will be a full server probably. With 18 minutes left here, we've still got a few guys that haven't qualified. John Berga on the track right now. Hasn't turned a a practice lap, excuse me. Still trying to test some things out. Not sure what he's doing. Now, hold on a minute, folks. I got to test something out real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Had to check something out real quick. Make sure everything was working correctly. Okay, coming down to 12 minutes here till qualifying, folks, so make sure you got something to drink and something to snack on. They're running 80 laps here tonight at Michigan, so we'll see a couple of pit stops at least. Hopefully we don't see a ration of cautions, but you just never know about Michigan. This is the fastest 2-mile, actually the fastest track. The Gen 6s, they'll do like upwards of 208 to 210 on the front stretch going into turn 1. So this is actually the fastest track on the circuit right now. So a lot of fun on this track. 8.5 minutes till qualifying. All right, folks, coming down to minute 45 seconds left here till qualifying begins. So get ready for some excitement here at Michigan. A beautiful facility here, so weather cooperating. Sunny weather, like to see that. Not sure. Yeah, okay. They do get just 2 laps of qualifying, folks. So, alright, well, as they're getting ready to qualify here, we will go ahead and play our national anthem for you.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, time's coming in now. Bolton on the top so far. Hollingsworth second. Pearson now second. We're probably going to see a lot of changing going on there, but Bolton with a 40, almost a 40 flat. I think that could be beaten, but we'll see. Bolton usually is pretty fast here at Michigan. Still some guys coming in there with some great times. There you have it. Welcome, race fans. They do have a 10-minute qualifying session here, so some guys still have not laid down a qualifying lap. So I'm sure we'll see some of that change here in just a minute. Well, looks like a full field here tonight. 43 drivers on the track. Very good. Now, if all of them start the race, man, this is going to be a real gaggled up bunch here, I'll tell you. We're going to see some pretty tight racing. If it's anything like last night's Gen 6 race here at IWCR, that was an absolutely amazing finish. Just totally amazing. Well, let's see how much time we have left here. A little less than 3 minutes, folks. Qualifying will be over. There's 20 qualifiers. We've got 29 qualifiers. There's 11, 12, 13, 14 drivers did not qualify. They will probably be starting in the back of the field, no doubt, obviously. But pretty tight bunch up here in the top 10, all within a couple of tenths. And top 2, Bolton and Berg. Wow. Fast laps. Alright, quite a few of them did not qualify. Take a look here how much time we got left. Coming down to the last minute of qualifying. And we'll be ready to let them go here. 2 mile oval here, going to be doing 80 laps. So it'll be 160 miles that we'll be covering here tonight. Alright, so qualifying is over. And we're going to get down here to the grid. See where everybody qualified. Alright, let's see here. Justin Bolton on the pole. Congratulations to him with a 40.024. Jason Berg starting on the outside of him in the number 86. Jason Miller in the number 73 starting third. Roger Wagner in the 31 starting fourth. Byron Daly in the 06 starting fifth. Stephen Pearson in the 85 starting sixth. Stephen Hollingsworth in the 28 starting seventh. Shane Doherty in the 19 starting eighth. Michael Kinner in the 74 starting ninth. Michael Gonzalez in the 75 starting 10th. John Schweikert in the number 1 starting 11th. Chad Coleman in the number 30 starting 12th. Galen Gidman in the 94 starting 13th. Jeffrey Porter in the 99 starting 14th. Mike Vining in the 72 starting 15th. Ryan Keys in the 00 starting 16th. Travis Brown in the 92 starting 17th. Daniel Smallwood in the 88 starting 18th. Randall Drake in the number 9 starting 19th. John Verga in the 48 starting 20th. John Batista in the 39 starting 21st. Nathan Sedlick in the 35 starting 22nd. Chris Rowe in the 66 starting 23rd. Ben Manning in the 97 starting 24th. Joe Roberts in the number 6 starting 25th. Tony DeGennaro in the number 80 starting 26th. Sean King in the number 60 starting 27th. Michael Libby in the number 5 starting 28th. And William Vandiver, the last one to qualify, starting 29th in the number 45. Alan Bowes, don't see him on the track, but he is scheduled to race here starting in the 30th spot. Blake Bryant in the 51, start 31st. Kyle McCormick, start 32nd. Houston Hamer, 33rd. Corey Wilson, 34th. Ken Worley, 35th. Paul Madsen in 36th. Michael Tibbetts, 37th. Phil Gary, 38th. Sean Dorr, 39th. Calvin Troy, 40th. Thomas Keene, 41st. Vernon Markham, 42nd. And taking up the rear of the field, Greg Sleich, which I don't see him on the field. So let's get up to our leader here, Justin Bolton. As we get ready to kick this thing off. Coming out of turn 4, pace car is going to dive onto pit road, and we're going to be off and going under green flag conditions right away. Huge field here tonight. Pace car's in. Bolton brings them down. Green, green, green. All right, let's see what these guys got here. Bolton already coming up across the nose of Jason Berg as they get ready to go into turn one. Down the backstretch, Berg pushing the daylights out of Bolton right now. Byron Daly actually in third. Right behind them guys. As they come to the stripe, Justin Bolton will lead the very first lap of the race and get that valuable point for leading the lap. All right, Jason Miller in fourth, Roger Wagner fifth, and Stephen Hollingsworth sixth. Shane Dougherty in seventh. Stephen Pearson eighth, but he's got company. Michael Gonzalez trying to get by him on the inside to take that position away. Almost looking like we were going to go three wide there for a minute. We are three wide on the front stretch going into turn one. Gonzalez right in the middle. Pearson on the high side. And Chad Coleman on the low side. Now they kind of dive down to two wide. Galen Gidman right there in 10th. Gives Chad Coleman a little bump there. Does clear Pearson. Now Schweiker up there to the 11th spot. Started 11th, and when he comes to the stripe, he will still be in 11th. Jeffrey Porter 13th. Ryan Keys in 14th. Michael Kenner 15th. Daniel Smallwood 16th. John Batista 17th. And Travis Brown 18th. Joe Roberts 19th and Nathan Sedlick 20th. Back here, Randall Drake under fire now from Michael Leiby. Mike Vining right there and Sean King. Pulling around this back part of the group. These guys are running about 6.2 seconds behind the leader already, Justin Bolton. Back up front, Bolton still in the lead with Berg on his tail and Byron Daly in third. And caution is on the track, folks. Oh, Corey Wilson. Well, let's go back and take a look at what happened to Corey Wilson here. Looks like a self-spin here. And boy, he was heading right for pit road. But he slides it back up across the track in front of traffic. Doesn't look like anybody hits him, though. That's a good thing. Nobody hitting him. Okay, back up here live. Corey Wilson bringing out the first caution of the day on lap 6. I doubt we'll see anybody come down pit road unless they need to make a setup change or something. But other than that, I doubt any of the leaders will come down pit road. But I could be wrong. They are coming down pit road. Bolton comes down here, brings them all into their pit stalls. Not sure if we'll see 2 tires or 4 tires or what. Right sides go on. 4 tire change for most of everybody. So good job. Bolton getting right out there. Roger Wagner staying out though. And he is going to be scored as leading a lap. Looks like the front 6 stayed out. Roger Wagner, Shane Dougherty, Jeffrey Porter, Stephen Pearson, Travis Brown, and Kyle McCormick all staying out. Everybody else pitting. Brings Bolton out in 7th. Byron Daly 8th, and Jason Berg 9th, and Jason Miller 10th. Again, a full field here tonight. We've only lost 1 driver. It looks like John Berga. Not sure exactly what happened to John. 39 drivers, excuse me. John Berga has retired. It looks like Mike Vining may have retired too. So we're down to 37 drivers now. We're just waiting on the lights to go off on the pace car, and we're going to double up and go back racing, folks. Okay, lights are off. Everybody gonna double up. And we're going back racing here, folks. Let's see what these 6 up front can do with these old tires. Roger Wagner, Shane Dougherty, Jeffrey Porter, Stephen Pearson, Travis Brown, and Kyle McCormick all on older tires. Everybody else behind them has taken new tires. Pace car on pit road. Roger Wagner hits the throttle. Green, green, green. Jeffrey Porter trying to get a run underneath Shane Doherty. Looks like he does have that position, but now he finally clears him. Travis Brown going for it too. Brown coming up and he gets really loose. Saves it though. Brings it back into contention behind these guys, and boy, look at Justin Bolton moving up through on the inside of Stephen Pearson, wanting that 4th place. And it looks like he gets it. Jason Berg in tow. Pearson goes back to 6th. Pearson clear up on the high side, leaves the bottom open. Kyle McCormick goes in there. And Kyle McCormick goes into 7th. Jason Miller in 8th and Stephen Pearson back to 9th. Right behind him, Chad Coleman on the inside of Stephen Hollingsworth. These guys continue to go side by side, pretty much all the way back through. Roger just out there loving it. But we got a 3-wide battle going on here in 2nd place. Bolton on the inside of Shane Doherty. And the 99 of Jeffrey Porter up on the high side, going 3 wide. Bolton hasn't really cleared Doherty yet. Looks like he's got him cleared now. Rolls into 2nd, and Berg coming right along with him. Shane Doherty goes back to the 5th spot. Right behind him, Kyle McCormick and Jeffrey Porter. Jason Miller back a little further, along with Stephen Pearson up on the high side. Chad Coleman in 10th, followed by Michael Gonzalez in 11th. John Schweikert 12th. Now he's under Stephen Hollingsworth. Bolton continues to put the pressure on Roger up front. Berg in 3rd. Now Bolton may be looking to the inside. Let's go down here maybe a little closer. As he is inside Roger Wagner right now. Looking here from Berg's perspective. Looks like Bolton may have led that lap. I'm not really sure. Yes, he did lead that lap, but he puts Roger almost up into the fence. Shane Doherty watching all this happen up ahead of him. Roger Wagner goes back to 3rd. 4th, Byron Daly getting by him, so Roger Wagner must be stuck up on the high side and can't get back down. Ooh, man, that was close. Awful close racing here, folks. Byron Daly happened to stay down on the low side as Roger drives on by on the high side. Looking back on Byron Daly right there. Kyle McCormick in 5th. Shane Doherty in 5th now. As he drives up on the inside of Kyle McCormick to put him back to 6th. Jeffrey Porter 7th. Jason Miller 8th. Micah Gonzalez 9th. And John Schweikert in the top 10. Schweikert keeping right on the tail of Gonzalez here. As he goes inside of Gonzalez, and looks like he does take that position away, but Gonzalez fighting back on the outside, not giving Schweikert much room. Pearson watching all this out his windshield to see, man, these guys are really racing it up as Bolton continues to lead here, and they're coming around to take lap 20, folks. Gale and Gidman driving around. Stephen Pearson, so does Chad Coleman. Pearson going back to 13th. He must have needed a beer break. Yeah, I think he needed a beer break. He's probably drinking a suds right now. Oh, into the wall. Pearson into the wall. That's going to be difficult to overcome right there. That knocked the fender in. Told you he was drinking a beer. He's going to have a lot of right front damage on that truck. Now he goes back to 17th, folks. Wow, that really knocked out his momentum. Randall Drake in 18th. Stephen Hollingsworth 19th. Michael Tibbetts 20th. Corey Wilson up to 21st. Thomas Keene 22nd. The front guys here continue to lead Bolton and Berg. Not really pulling away, but the front four are showing just a little bit of a break between the front four and the next group. About 1 second behind Roger Wagner. Ooh, somebody pulled off there. Looks like Tony DeGennaro may be heading for pit road. Tony DeGennaro comes for pit road. Byron Daly in 3rd behind Justin Bolton and Jason Berg. Still, Roger Wagner in 4th. Roger's starting to close that gap up a little bit. Down to 9/10 of a second. So he is closing. Shane Doherty in 5th. John Schweikert 6th. Kyle McCormick 7th and Galen Gidman 8th. Jeffrey Porter 9th and Chad Coleman in 10th. Joe Roberts has worked his way into the 13th place, and they're battling side by side here for that position. Back up front, Berg staying right with Bolton. Not sure if all these guys are off the track or what. It's like DeGennaro and Hollingsworth on pit road. Not sure why. Vandiver in 32nd place. Now they kept them at 35th, so I don't know what's going on here, but anyhow, let's get back up to the front here and see if we can figure out when these leaders may come down pit road. Shane Doherty gets by Roger Wagner. Roger goes back to 5th. Schweikert in 6th, not far behind Roger. Galen Gidman now worked his way into 7th. Kyle McCormick 8th. Jeffrey Porter 9th. And Chad Coleman 10th. Joe Roberts in 11th now as he gets by a few guys here. Jason Miller 12th. And Michael Gonzalez 13th. Nathan Sedlick back here in the 14th place. Let's see where he started. 22nd today and has worked his way into the 14th. Daniel Smallwood right behind him in 15th. Chris Rowe in 33rd, back here a long ways back. He's back about 26 seconds from the leader. William Vandiver in 35th is running about 28 seconds back. And Stephen Hollingsworth and Tony DeGennaro, 36th and 37th, both on pit road. All right, Byron Daly driving by Jason Berg, taking the second spot. Now he sets his sights on Justin Bolton. Byron Daly's been really fast. He was very fast at Rockingham. Led a lot of laps. Or not Rockingham, Darlington. I'm sorry, my bad. Ken Worley back in 22nd. He's got Michael Libby there with him. And Sean Dorr. Sean Dorr started 39th today and is in 24th. Running about 12 and a half seconds behind the leader. Thomas Keene up to the 17th place, and he's got Randall Drake right there with him. Stephen Pearson about to get passed up by Thomas Keene. Keen takes over that spot easily and rolls into second. These guys quite a ways back, but no need to fear. They'll get there. Taking lap 33. Next time by will be lap 34, folks. Pearson really having struggles off of turn 2 right there. Gets into the wall again. In the meantime, Bolton under fire by Byron Daly. Bolton hanging on to it, but Byron Daly on the high side's got the line, and it looks like he is going to take the lead. Byron Daly for the lead. Oh, and he gets into the wall, and Bolton and Berg go right on by. So Byron Daly with a lot of damage on the front of that truck now. And he's got Shane Doherty right up his tailpipe. John Schweiker in 5th, Galen Gidman 6th, and Roger Wagner 7th. Kyle McCormick 8th, Chad Coleman 9th, and Joe Roberts rounding out the top 10. All right, Bolton still in the lead by just a little bit. Byron Daly goes back to 4th behind Shane Doherty. Byron Daly into the wall coming out of turn 2 just a couple laps ago, and that cost him a couple of positions. He was battling for the lead with Justin Bolton. Phil Gary in 17th, Randall Drake 18th. And caution is out on the track, folks. Let's see what happened. Well, I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Mike Vining into it. Go back and see what happened to Mike. Of course, he's blinking a lot, but see if we can pick up what happened here. Oh, the number 8 comes right up the hill into Mike Vining. The number 8 of Paul Madsen. Mike was just minding his own business here, getting ready to go into turn 1, and Madsen just comes right up the hill into him. Well, maybe not. Kind of looks now like maybe Mike Vining come down into him. Let's watch it from Madsen's view. They kind of met in the middle. Madsen come up a little bit and Vining come down a little bit, so they meet in the middle. Well, let's see if these guys are going to come down pit road this time, folks. I'm sure we'll see pit road activity. Yes, all the leaders coming down pit road. So good job by these guys coming off pit road like that. Berg coming out first, Bolton second. Doherty third, Schweiker fourth, Gidman fifth, McCormick, Coleman, Wagner, Gonzalez, and Nathan Sedlick rounding out the top 10. Good job by these guys. Nice pit stops. Second caution of the day, folks. Berg shutting his truck off here, trying to save as much fuel as he can, maybe to not have to pit again. I don't know if they can make it. If they get another caution, they may be able to make it. Okay, doubling up here, and we're getting ready to go green flag racing again as the lights are off on the pace car. Berg and Bolton on the front row. You guys have been wickedly fast all day long. Schweikert's worked his way up into fourth. Gidman fifth. So let's see if these guys got anything for Bolton and Berg up in the front row. Alright, pace car's in. Berg ready to hit the throttle, and they do. Him and Bolton start right together and pull away just a little bit. Doherty right with them. Schweikert in fourth. Berg comes up the hill in front of Bolton. He commands this track right now with the lead. Gidman and, oh, we got another caution. Let's see where it's at, folks. I'm not really sure. I don't see anybody that wrecked. I don't see anybody. I wonder if the admins threw that. No? Huh. I don't see where that caution was. Did not see where that caution was, folks. I don't know, iRacing picked up something, but it did not show it to me, so I don't know what happened. Well, this kind of throws it into the hands of the drivers now that they should not have to pit, and they should be able to make it the whole way, the rest of the way on fuel. Now it's just going to be managing your tires is what it's going to take to finish this. So Bolton laying way back is trying to save fuel as much as he can. I believe he's just coasting with a dead engine. Yes, he is. So these guys trying to save what they can so they don't have to stop again. As he's killing the engine every now and then. Looks like we've got quite a few of the guys are doing that. Yeah, lots of the guys. Looks like Schweikert may be doing it, and Doherty. Don't hear many engines running right now. Well, the next caution, if another one comes out, we will try to get down trackside, talk to somebody. But we're just a little past halfway, folks, and this is the third caution of the race. Jason Berg out front. Bolton's led 29 laps. Berg's led 5. Roger Wagner led 8, and that's all the leaders we've had. 3 different leaders. Some guys stopping and topping off the fuel so they can make it the rest of the way. Some of the guys in the back. So this going to come down to a fuel mileage race here, folks. Usually always does. Michigan is noted for it, having fuel mileage races. So we'll see if these guys have saved enough now under caution to complete this race. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Grandstands filled to the capacity here. I'm not sure the exact amount. I think they seat 120,000 or something, 110,000. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've been there. I don't remember the seating capacity, but yeah. Seating is filled. Everybody on their feet waiting for the lights to go off here and get this thing back underway, and they are off. Everybody going to be doubling up. Alright, so hopefully the drivers have saved enough under caution here to run this out green the rest of the way and have enough fuel to make it. Remains to be seen here, folks. Berg and Bolton on the front row again. Let's see what they got. See if they can pull away from the second row there, Doherty and Schweikert. They've been doing pretty well at doing that, so see if they can do it again. The secret is to try to get single file just as soon as you can. Don't run double file because you just get run down that way. A lot slower. So let's see what they got. The pace car's about to dive onto pit road. It does. And Berg hits the throttle. Green, green, green. And Berg comes up across the nose of Justin Bolton, and those two go into turn one with a little bit of distance on third and fourth. Berg still out front, Bolton second, Schweikert now into third, Doherty back to fourth, Kyle McCormick in fifth. They combine to complete another lap and start lap 48, folks. Roger Wagner trying to make a run here. It looks like on Chad Coleman. And right on the tail of Galen Gidman, he comes up across the nose of Chad Coleman and takes up the 7th spot. Michael Gonzalez in 9th. Joe Roberts rounding out the top 10. Nathan Sedlick 11th. Jason Miller 12th. And Thomas Keene 13th. And caution on the track again here, folks. Let's see if we can find it this time. I don't know, for some reason. Oh, there it is. Corey Wilson again. Well, let's go back and take a look here at what happened to Corey Wilson, folks. Into the outside wall a little bit. Looks like he's trying to gather it back up. And Pearson comes around. Pearson loose and does get into the back of Corey Wilson and spins him around. Don't look like anybody else is going to get into it, but Corey Wilson spins down across the grass. Doggone, poor Corey. All right, back up front. Jason Berg. Let's see if he brings them down pit road this time, folks. No. Leaders all staying out. They know they can make it now on fuel. It's just a matter of tires, taking care of them tires. And man, we've got about 5 or 6 really fast guys out front here right now. So Pearson bumping Corey Wilson and not bringing the caution out. Like, I can't make out who that was that just went by. I think that was Stephen Hollingsworth that just got the wave by. That'll put him 10 laps down. Everybody else is still on the lead lap. And we've only had a couple of retirees, well, more than just a couple, I guess. John Verga out of the race. Vernon Margam. Tony DeGennaro sitting on pit road. John Batista out of the race. And Sean King out of the race. Stephen Hollingsworth is 10 laps down. Well, I hope you've enjoyed all the broadcasting that I've done today. We've done 3 now in a row. This is the 3rd and final. Thank goodness. I'm butt bushed here. I'm amazed that my voice is still holding up, but I'm doing it. 30 laps to go here, folks, at Michigan with the IWCR Truck Series. 80 lap race today, and I'll tell you, it's been pretty vicious, tough racing up front for these guys. Berg and Bolton been pretty much the class of the field here today. Bolton's led 29 laps and Berg led 12. Roger Wagner led 8. Those have been the only 3 race leaders in the race today. I know the races are late at night, but if you tuned in last night and watched the Gen 6 race, it was an absolute amazing race. They went like 70 or 72 laps caution free, and then they wound up with 1 caution there, and then they had 1 at the very end, and it actually finished under caution, but it happened right at the white flag, so the caution didn't really count. The leaders, they took it on to win it, and man, it was an amazing finish. There was a wreck right at the white flag, so it was an awesome race. Okay, everybody doubled up and ready to go back. Green flag racing here, coming out of turn 2 and down the backstretch. Michigan, MIS they call it, Michigan International Speedway, and it is an awesome facility. If you ever get a chance to go there, please do. You will not regret it, I promise you. "33 cars still on the lead lap." Mike Vining last. He's coming off a pit road now, way back there behind the field, and he will be at the tail of the field, but still on the lead lap. Riding along here with Kyle McCormick. They get the green flag, and here they go, off and running. Berg right out in front of Bolton with a great restart. Schweikert now in 3rd, I believe. He does have the 3rd place sewed up. And now McCormick trying, and he's going to almost lose it. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. Galen Gidman drives by on the outside, along with a lot of other drivers, so Kyle McCormick going backwards. Shane Doherty in 4th, right behind Schweikert, as these guys all go nose to tail behind Jason Berg. Roger Wagner now moves into 6th, but he's got company. The number 30 of Chad Coleman on his outside. And he's got Kyle McCormick on his rear. Roger goes into turn 1 here. Kyle McCormick trying to get that Marlboro truck up there with him. Looks like he is going to pass up Chad Coleman. And Kyle McCormick back in 7th. Now he dives to the inside underneath Roger. Oh boy, this could be ugly, folks. Roger up the hill and Kyle McCormick underneath them as they come to the stripe here. Who's going to beat who across the line? McCormick by a nose. And he's bringing a bunch of people with him as they go 3 wide into turn 1. Somebody's got to give. And Chad Coleman looked like the guy that had to give. Michael Gonzalez in 10th, trying to keep up there with them guys. And man, we've got quite the battle going on behind them back here. Thomas Keene in with Phil Gary. Ryan Keys leading another pack back here, and they are going at it back here, folks. Look at this gaggle of trucks. Holy smokes. I've never seen the likes of it. Randall Drake right up the middle of that mess. We got one into the wall. Looks like Michael Tibbetts into the wall. He's going to have to collect that back up, and he's going to go backwards pretty fast. Paul Madsen slow on the track. Don't know what happened there. Travis Brown into 27th. On the outside of the 55 of Corey Wilson. Remember, Corey Wilson spun down across the grass here a little bit ago. Schweikert in second now, just a 2/10 off the bumper of our leader, Jason Berg. As they're starting to come down closer to the end here by the minute, folks, and caution is out. Oh, we got a big one. Ken Worley into it. Doggone, poor Ken Worley. He just can't get a break. Let's see what happened to Ken. He's got the 97 coming up behind him here, a Ben Manning. And Ben just comes up the hill right into Ken Worley. Or did Ken Worley come down the hill into him? Let's go to Ben Manning's view here. No, Ken Worley come down into Ben Manning. Doggone. Oh, and get sideswiped. That was pretty vicious right there. And Chris Rowe, he sideswiped him. Man, a bunch of tore up trucks now, folks. But Jason Berg still up in the lead. Let's get up here with him. John Schweikert in second. Justin Bolton third. Shane Doherty fourth. Galen Gidman fifth. Joe Roberts sixth. Kyle McCormick seventh. Roger Wagner eighth. Chad Coleman ninth. And Michael Gonzalez your top 10. And everybody heading for pit road. Wow. Let's see what they got in store. I don't know if we're going to see any 2-tire changes or 4 tires. This is going to be I don't know if we're going to see anybody take much fuel. They might take a splash of gas or something. Oh, Berg slides through his pit. Whoa. But he made a pit stop. He was in the pit box. And look at this, who beats who off the pit road. But Mike Vining stays out. Mike Vining staying out. And Schweikert beats everybody off a pit road with a 2-tire change. Travis Brown going to be second. Roger Wagner third with a 2-tire change. Berg changing 4 tires, coming out 5th. Daniel Smallwood 2 tires, coming out 6th. And Bolton with a 4-tire change, coming out 7th. Shane Doherty 8th, Galen Gidman 9th, and Kyle McCormick 10th. I hardly believe Mike Vining is going to stay out there, but he may. I think he's going to try to stay out there and lead a lap. He has not led today, and this would give him a valuable point for leading a lap. These guys take it serious about this 1 point thing, man, because I'll tell you, they all add up at the end of the season. Next time around, we're going to be 20 laps to go, folks, so it looks like we're going to have about a 18 or 19 lap shootout here. Tomorrow morning we got a broadcast, Dogs of Endurance, but that will be on Twitch, folks. That will start at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. But that will be on MaxSpeedTV Twitch channel. You can look that up, just twitch.tv/MaxSpeedTV. Or you can go to MaxSpeedTV.com and watch it there. Just scroll down a little bit. There's a viewing screen right there. You can also watch this race on MaxSpeedTV.com. Check us out at Facebook at Facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. We do post the races up there and any other news that's newsworthy. You can join in on the conversations. Alright, lights off on the pace car. We're ready to go back green here as everybody's starting to double back up. We've got some fast guys in the front, some fast guys in the middle of the pack, and even a few fast guys in the back. So they're all over the place, spread all over the track right now. We've still got 29 drivers on the lead lap. We've got a few of them on pit road. Ben Manning, Ken Worley, and Michael Kinner on pit road. Stephen Hollingsworth now is 9 laps down, running in 34th. Can pick up another spot if he can get by Chris Rowe. There's plenty of laps to do that, and we're going to have a 19-lap shootout here, folks. Who's going to win this race? Anybody have any idea? I don't have a clue at the point right now, because all I know is Mike Vining's going to be he's going to be pretty tough out here. I know Mike's a good driver. Let's see if he's Schweikert and company back here's got anything for him. Pace car on pit road, and Mike Vining hits the gas right away, and Schweikert dives to the bottom to get behind him. Going into turn 1, Schweikert on a higher line than Vining is, and tries to drive by Vining on the high side, and he does it, but he gets loose and into the wall, and that's going to wad him up, folks. Oh, look at this. Oh, my. That's going to just destroy everything right there. Oh, my. Let's go back and watch that again. That was unbelievable right there. Right here, it looks like Vining gets into the back of Schweikert because they were so close. And then from there, whoops, they both go into the wall, and Schweikert still not finished here. He tries to get it off of the wall, and when he does, it comes clear across the track right in front of more traffic. Vining gets hit some more, and Schweikert goes for a ride across the backstretch. Oh my. And we've got trucks just everywhere. More trucks getting into it here. Daniel Smallwood with a lot of damage. Oh, Roger Wagner gonna get... Oh man, I don't know how he managed to miss that. That was a close call. Wow. Okay, let's get back up here live, folks, as Jason Berg is still in the lead. And he's got his buddy Justin Bolton right there in second. Kyle McCormick third, Galen Gidman fourth, Shane Doherty fifth, Joe Roberts sixth. Ryan Keese in eighth, or seventh, excuse me. Stephen Pearson eighth, Chad Coleman ninth, and Kelvin Troy up to 10th. We haven't even talked about Kelvin today, and here he is running in the 10th spot. So, man. I wanted to see where Roger Wagner went. I know he had a lot of damage on that truck. If I can find him. Back, it looks like he is on pit road, probably assessing how much damage that truck's got. They're beating and banging on it, trying to get some of it fixed where he can continue on in his race. But right now he's scored his 24th, sitting on pit road. John Schweikert on pit road, Mike Vining, Daniel Smallwood, Ken Worley, and Michael Kenner all on pit road. Well, I think what we might do is let's see if we can get down here and talk to Kyle McCormick. What do you think? Kyle McCormick, this is Rudy up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. You got a copy?
Hello?
Yeah, Kyle. Hey, you're running in third right now, brother. You got anything for them two up front?
I don't know, Rudy. I haven't really been up here yet, but I know Byron was up here. He was running pretty similar to what I'm using, so we'll see what happens.
Well, that was a pretty bad wreck there. Took out a few good guys, but you seem to manage to make it through it okay. And how's your truck running for you tonight?
It feels pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just glad to miss that wreck.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that got caught up in it were wishing they wouldn't have, but you know, that's racing for you. When you race hard, things like that are going to happen. So, well, good luck, Kyle, and hopefully we'll see you on the podium.
All right, Rudy. Thanks, man.
Let's see what he's got for him. Got some fast guys up front. Berg's been up there for 24 laps, Bolton 29, and the only couple other ones that have led. Mike Vining led 3 there just recently, and Roger Wagner led 8. Roger's going to be a couple of laps down, I think, before this is all said and done. I don't know. He must just have way too much damage on that truck to get fixed up. It looks like maybe he is away now. He's going to get out ahead of them and stay on the lead lap. Very good, Roger. I'm sure he's not going to be very fast, not as fast as he was. He's probably upset, but things like that happen. It's called racing. All right, lights off on the pace car. Everybody doubling up, and we're ready to go back to green It'll be a 14-lap shootout here, folks. I know I just said that a few short laps ago that it was going to be a 19-lap shootout. Now we're going to have a 14-lap shootout. Let's see real quick here. That was caution number 6, folks. Caution number 6 on the track. Alright, as they come around here, Berg waiting on the pace car. And green, green, green. Berg and Bolton on the front row. If I didn't know better, I'd say those two are teammates because they seem to get the start right at the same exact time and follow right in behind each other. Kyle McCormick in third. Galen Gidman under fire by Sean Dougherty. Dougherty's got a pretty good run coming off of turn 2, but I don't know if it's strong enough. It looks like he is going to have to fall in behind Gidman, and he does. Ryan Keese up to 6th. Stephen Pearson 7th. Chad Coleman back to 8th. Byron Daly 9th, and Nathan Sedlick 10th. And there's a lot of battling going on back here. Thomas Keene into it here, and he gets a great run. Trying to get by, let's see, is that Jeffrey Porter? Yeah, he comes down the backstretch and goes into turn 3 on the inside of Jeffrey Porter. Thomas Keene looking to gather up the 11th spot if he can finish this pass, and he does. Comes right up across the nose of Jeffrey Porter. Nate, oh, we've got another one into it. Let's see what happened, folks. Right there, the 83 of Michael Tibbetts. Oh, and a couple others into it as well. Man, let's go back and see it. That looked pretty bad. Michael Tibbetts comes around right here. Not sure exactly where that was. It looks like, okay, the 55 now. Yes. Corey Wilson comes right down the hill into Michael Tibbetts. 55 there. Yes, that was Corey Wilson. Corey Wilson's had a lot of incidents here tonight. So, hope everybody's all right. We'll get back up here live. Now we're going to be looking at even a shorter race here to get this thing finished up. A lot of cautions here at the tail end of this race. That was caution number 7, folks. Oh, and 5 lead changes we've had. Not too awful many lead changes. We've only had 4 leaders. Jason Berg now has matched Bolton's laps led with 29, and this time by he's going to lead another one to beat Bolton to take lap 30. Kinner still on pit road. Ben Manning, Daniel Smallwood, Michael Tibbetts, and William Vandiver all on pit road yet. So we've got 23 cars left out in the race, trucks left in the race, and they're all on the lead lap, folks, all the way back to Mike Vining. Fuel and tires out of the equation. Now it's just to see who can beat who to the end. who's going to be the one that's going to be there at the end, folks. It's kind of turning into a race of attrition that who can be there, survival of the fittest. We've got some fast guys out front that are staying out there to avoid the wrecks, and it seems to be working so far for them. Looks to be about maybe an 8-lap shootout, folks, if they get the one to go this time. If the lights go off on the pace car, then we will have 8 laps to finish this thing up. Still some guys coming off pit road. It looks like Mike Vining, Joe Roberts just now coming off the pit road. Both of them heavily damaged. Main thing is to get out here and try to finish this race for the points. All right, so Jason Berg, Justin Bolton second, Kyle McCormick third, Galen Gidman fourth, Shane Doherty fifth, Ryan Key sixth, Stephen Pearson seventh, Chad Coleman eighth, Byron Daly ninth, and Nathan Sedlick in 10th place. All right, so who's it going to be here, folks? Berg, Bolton, McCormick, Gidman, Doherty? Who's it going to be? Chat it up there in the comment section. Who do you think it's going to be? And just so you know, like last night's Gen 6 race, there could be a wreck on the last lap coming to the white flag, and there could be an upset. So you just never know when it comes down to the end of this thing, just how racy these guys can get and how much it means to them to take that first place position. They want to be in victory lane. That's the racer in the blood. It just got to be in victory lane, folks. That's where all the big money is, victory lane. That's where the pretty girls are and all the money, all the cash, all the awards, and all the glory. You got glory and green stamps. For those of you who remember green stamps. Now I'm really showing my age. All right, we're about to get the green flag here, folks, as they come by pit road. Pace car's in, and Berg hits the gas. Him and Bolton both. Good start for them as Bolton tucks in behind Berg. Kyle McCormick with a great start, and Gidman right there. Galen Gidman in fourth, and he's got company. Shane Doherty trying to battle him for that position. Ryan Keese in the 00, following right with these guys. 7 laps to go. Coming to 6 to go this time. Chad Coleman now on the inside of Ryan Keys, and it looks like he's got that position coming down the front stretch, and Nathan Sedlick coming right along with him. Galen Gidman on the inside of Kyle McCormick. These guys are getting racy now, folks. I told you they're going to race it like they haven't raced all night. They're going to race the hardest that they've ever raced. Galen Gidman wants to be on the podium. We'd love to talk to him on the podium, but Kyle McCormick's got better ideas of that. Still battling side by side as Jason Berg and Justin Bolton. Bolton just pushing the daylights out of Berg down the front stretch, bump drafting on Michigan. Awesome. Gidman now in third. That puts Kyle McCormick back to fourth. Chad Coleman in fifth. And his paint's blinking like a son of a gun. Nathan Sedlick. Wow. Chad Coleman doing a little block move there on Nathan Sedlick. Oh, and Nathan Sedlick into... Oh, no. He continues on, but that brings out the caution, folks. So let's go back and take a look at it. This is another caution. And right there you can see the block that Coleman put on Sedlick. And I think Sedlick thought about just going up the hill a little further here. And when he did, he come up into Shane Doherty and put Shane into the wall. I believe that was Shane. Yes, that was Shane. But Nathan continues on. And caution does fly. So, alright, let's get back up live here as Berg continues to lead. And you know, I don't know if they're going to get back under green again or not, folks. I really don't know. They're coming to 3 to go this time by. I highly doubt it. That could be the race right there. Nathan Sedlick bringing that caution out by coming up the hill into Shane Doherty and spinning him on the front stretch. So unfortunate for them guys. 3 laps to go. I don't believe we're going to get back under green, folks. If everything would go right, they might get a 1-lap shootout, but I highly doubt that. But we're going to stay here and find out. If it's a 1-lap shootout, you can bet there's going to be trucks flying everywhere for this win. You don't want to move, because man, I'm telling you what, this could be an interesting finish. All right, so Berg in first, Bolton second, Gidman third, Coleman, McCormick fourth, I'm sorry. Coleman fifth, Nathan Sedlick sixth, Byron Daly seventh, Ryan Keys eighth, Thomas Keene ninth, and Stephen Pearson your top 10. Well, if the lights go out this time, then we will have a 1-lap shootout, folks. But if they don't, the race will be over right here. This will decide it. Nope, lights are still on, so that will end the race. So Jason Berg first, Justin Bolton second, and Galen Gidman third. race of attrition is is pretty much about all I can say. This has been pretty rough for these guys here coming up on these last few laps. They've had 8 cautions here tonight, 5 lead changes, and it does appear to be Jason Berg will capture the bonus point for leading the most laps. Justin Bolton led 29 laps. Roger Wagner led 8 laps, and Mike Vining led 3. Only 4 leaders, to get them bonus points in the race. All right, white flag is out. 1 more lap, and that will do it. Interesting race, to say the least, here, and I'm sure there's a lot of tempers flaring down there on the track earlier. Probably still are, but, well, that's racing. All right, last turn here. They come out of turn 4. Jason Burke going to be looking at the checkered flag to capture the win here tonight for IWCR Truck Series. Jason Berg, 80 laps tonight. A lot of cautions, but pretty good racing up front here. And he does capture the win. We'll get down here in just a second and talk to Jason Berg. Jason Berg, this is Rudy up in the MaxSpeedTV booth. Do you have a copy, sir?
Yeah, Rudy, go ahead.
Well, Jason, you led the most laps tonight. You led the last one. That's the most important one. Congratulations on your win here tonight. Tell us about your race.
It was good, yeah. Had a really fast truck, good handling, didn't really fall off a whole lot, and just kind of rode around most of the race. Really had a couple pretty good battles going on there for a little while on some of those restarts, but overall it was pretty straightforward. Just kind of cruised around and was able to pick up the win.
Well, quite a few cautions here. Guys racing pretty hard in the back and getting into one another, but you kept your truck pretty clean up in the front. You and Bolton, were you teammates out there tonight or what?
Yeah. Bolton's on CBR with us, Cody Bias Racing, so he was able to help me out with the setup for a little bit today. We worked on it for, I don't know, an hour and a half, and felt pretty good about it, so we came in here and kind of surprised ourselves, I think, by how fast we were. So it was fun, good to work with him. Always enjoy racing with him.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again, Jason, on your victory here today at Michigan for the IWCR League. Anybody you want to say hello to?
I got to say hello to good old Mr. Steven Spizak there. I know he's been watching. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to be on here and race with us lately, but he's been watching most of the races, hanging out, so just want to say hi to him. And then thanks to Bolton for helping us set up today, Cody Bias Racing, everybody. And Ian also, can't forget him. He came in first 10 laps of the race and helped Bolton and I with being crew chief and spotter, so got to thank all those guys.
Okay, Jason, thanks for chatting with us. And again, congratulations on your top spot today at Michigan.
Thank you.
Justin Bolton, you got a copy. Justin Bolton, are you there?
I think he may have disconnected, Rudy.
Alrighty then. Galen Gidman, you got a copy?
Sure, I do.
Well, Galen, you battled pretty hard to get up there to the third spot. Man, that was a lot of hard racing. You and Kyle McCormick side by side, them closing laps. Talk about your race a little bit.
Oh, it was really a good race. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Our truck was good. Our PM made sure of that again, and just tried to keep my nose clean, and never really got overly aggressive. Just kind of ran, and I don't know. It was fairly uneventful. I had a good battle with Kyle there for the last spot, and if we'd have gone green, I might have been able to get to those first two because they were kind of battling, but I don't know that I could have passed them. But I had a lot of fun tonight, and it was a great race.
Yeah, quite a few cautions, but all in all, I thought it was a pretty good race. 8 cautions, I think, in 80 laps, but a couple sort of long green flag runs, but still a great race out there. You come in third tonight, Galen. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank RPM for giving us good trucks and good cars every week, but especially these trucks here lately have just been lights out. I want to thank you for broadcasting, thank IWCR, all the other admins that helped make this possible, and then all the guys that raced me super clean tonight, especially Kyle McCormick, Shane Daughtry, those guys that I was racing with. It seemed like the whole race we had a lot of fun, and it was a good race.
Okay, Galen, thank you for chatting with us, and congrats on your third place.
Thanks, man.
Okay, let's run down through the results real quick here, and we'll get the heck out of here. Oh, 9 cautions. This is saying, okay, 5 lead changes, as I was talking about earlier there. Jason Berg winning here tonight. Justin Bolton second. Galen Gidman third. Kyle McCormick fourth. Chad Coleman fifth. Nathan Sedlick sixth. Byron Daly seventh. Ryan Keys eighth. Thomas Keene ninth. Stephen Pearson 10th. Jason Miller in 11th, Jeffrey Porter 12th, Michael Gonzalez 13th, Randall Drake 14th, Shane Daugherty in 15th, Calvin Troy 16th, Michael Leiby 17th, Sean Dorr 18th, Roger Wagner 19th, Corey Wilson 20th, Mike Vining 21st, Joe Roberts 22nd, Stephen Hollingsworth 23rd, Paul Madsen 24th, Michael Tibbetts 25th, William Vandiver 26th, John Schweiker 27th, Daniel Smallwood 28th, Travis Brown 29th, and Phil Gary 30th. Ben Manning 31st, Ken Worley 32nd, Michael Kenner 33rd, Chris Rowe 34th, Sean King 35th, John Batista 36th, Tony DeGennaro 37th, and Vernon Margam rounding out the field here in 38th. I think John Verga did start the race, but I can't swear to that. But anyhow, Vernon Margam finishing on 38th place. So, all right, again, congratulations to our winner here, Jason Berg, here for IWCR Truck Series, and we will see you next week here for IWCR. But tune in tomorrow on the Twitch channel for the Dogs of Endurance Racing. And until then, stay safe, folks.